Join Haley and I this time as we unearth an ancient railroad in Colorado, the Colorado and Southern, which is no longer there, formerly known as the Denver, South Park, and Pacific. This route goes from Waterton Canyon and travels all the way into the South Park region. We check out some areas closer to Roxborough, and there are all of these abandoned summer retreats. Check this out. Before we get going, I want to point this out on the historic map. At once, this was a stagecoach route and later became a narrow gauge railroad line, and then a railroad line came from the Platte Canyon and went all the way to South Park. Along the way, you could stop at all these summer resorts, and we're going to look at some of the abandoned ones today. We're taking a road trip. We're going to the Jar Canyon. We're going to follow what would be the South Platte River into South Park, which was a railroad, and there's all these old resorts, so we're gonna go check it out. South Platte Hotel. The South Platte Hotel is probably like 3 miles directly to the west of us, but we gotta go 34 miles. You excited?
Yes. Well, I don't think we've ever actually gone this way around, so it's a new route for us.
Yeah.
So anything new is fun.
We're excited to go on the Jar Canyon Road, which can connect to the Rampart Range Road, which can get you all the way down into like Woodland Park in Colorado Springs. But we're gonna take a right and follow the South Platte River to the second spot in the Colorado Trail, where there's some historic abandoned buildings. I think this is a cute little town always. I think it goes without saying that the Jar Canyon is beautiful. So beautiful that it seems like every Christian denomination has established some sort of Bible camp here. It's also noted that it's pretty secluded. I'm hesitant to post this video because we just didn't see many people on this route. We felt like we were in wild, abandoned, reckless Colorado, which was a lot of fun. First stop along the way is the Sprucewood, which is still open. It's a restaurant, and we didn't have the opportunity to stop in here, but it's right when we go on the county road to cut towards the South Platte River, right off that Jar Canyon Road. Sprucewood Inn was founded in 1929 when a local entrepreneur named Barth lost all of his greenhouses in Englewood and only had this plot of land left, so he opened up a general store. Later, when the economy turned around in the 40s, he leased this place. There's a great article on it in Douglas County that I'm going to attach right here. Okay. You're good. After a very sketch county road, find yourself at the South Platte River, the North Fork of it. Whoa. Okay, we're making our first stop. We went down the Pine Creek Road. We're now on the old South Platte River Road here. Get the South Platte flowing behind me. Look at that. We're gonna get the dogs out. Wow, I'd love to live by this river. There's a ton of spots to stop along this road here, the West Platte River Road, all the way till you get to the South Platte Hotel, which is our first destination. We are really enjoying the weather out here. It's February, but it's sunny.
Right, now we got paved road again. Oh. Pavement ends. We got 2 seconds of it.
The area before you get to the South Platte Hotel is more reminiscent of the Pikes area, with all of this Pikes granite just everywhere. It's stunning. We're honestly shocked. Old Native American trail trees like this one line this area, and one that we're going to see here at the head of the Colorado Trail. But first, we've got to stop by what this trail tree marked. Oh my gosh. We want to climb up this so bad. There's got to be so many cliffs and caves and ancient relics up there. We'd have to cross the river. So we go down by the river because, the dogs just need to.
Wow. You're using the river like a toilet.
Speaking of trail tree, look at this one, clearly marked years and years ago. Branches gone from the lowers, which to me is indicative that that one is probably a trail tree. On this road, you'll also find the second stop in the Colorado Trail, which can bring you from Denver to Durango. Over 460 miles of rugged trail bring you across the foothills and the Continental Divide all the way to the southwest corner of Colorado. Our first stop is at the convergence of the North and South Fork of the South Platte River, the South Platte Hotel, which was once a popular destination for summer tourism from Denver, because you could just hop on the train right at the Waterton Canyon, or in Denver and ride it to the Waterton Canyon, and you could get to all of these beautiful summer resorts. The South Platte Hotel, this building was its second one because the first one burnt down in a Wild West story of abandon, where a stagecoach driver opened fire and committed arson on the first building. In 1913, this building was rebuilt. This area was converted from a stagecoach route into a train route, and the two that we mentioned at the beginning of this. This was a popular summer destination for trout fishing due to its proximity to both forks of the South Platte River. How we're finding so many of these secret trips that we're taking is following old routes, old trails, and old railroads. Some of those are one and the same, but when you look at some of the most popular summer tourist destinations from the Denver and Boulder metro in the late 1800s and early 1900s that they would get to by train or by stagecoach, you can start to explore wild and reckless Colorado because the highways that are built today don't reach some of these places very easily. We of course really like that because you can get into some of these backcountry areas that aren't as well traveled and see some real elements of history. What's also really cool right here is you are right by this Waterton Canyon. You can go in, dogs are allowed on this side.
Pumped water. Let's get on the inside. Oh wow, it goes down. Some old bottles in there. Who knows how old?
We let the dogs off leash to have the best time of their life. This is Ruthie's first time off leash, and she is just loving it in this Waterton Canyon. We are too. It's a beautiful day.
Oh, so this was a crash site of the railroad.
On the afternoon of August 28, 1898, railroad engineer William G. Billy Westall was headed back to Denver with 450 passengers. Upon rounding a blind curve, he saw that the tracks had been washed out by a storm earlier in the day. Westall managed to slow the train enough that only the engine derailed, saving the passengers from harm at the cost of his own life. His last words are said to have been, "Tell my wife I died thinking of her." The following year, his co-workers from the Denver, Leadville, and Gunnison Railroad erected this monument and dedicated it to his heroic actions. The original location of the monument was approximately 40 feet from this location where the picnic table is now located. In the 100 years since it was originally placed, erosion and ground movement caused the monument to shift and less dangerously to the side. In 2012, students from nearby West Jefferson Middle School began a project to restore the monument. Where the picnic table was.
So that's the picnic table where the crash would have happened.
We're on the Platte River.
We travel on to the next summer resort village of Foxton. Foxton was another one of those stops along the Colorado and Southern Railroad that would have been frequented as a summer resort. It seems like there's a summer resort every 2-3 miles that the Colorado and Southern would have stopped at. You can imagine this area just bustling as we get on our way to the next stop. You can choose to take Foxton Road back to Conifer, or you can go around to Pine so you can get these beautiful views of the cathedral spires. We cannot wait to do a video on these at some point in the near future. Here's another one of these summer resorts, and so many of them are like this, that have parking on one side of the river, and then you cross a bridge and you go over to all of these structures. Any property owners looking to sell these, we'd love to rehab them because my gosh, we want the history. Here you can see one of the old cabooses from the railroad line. And now we're going to approach the town of Buffalo Creek, which blew us away because of this historic structure that was still owned by the family members. And we actually got to talk with the family member of the previous owner of this right inside the store. She was working there today, which absolutely blew our mind. The descendant of J.W. Green herself. And she told us that these walls are made of granite. They're 3 feet thick. They didn't use insulation back in the day because insulation was at such a premium price that they would just cut stone so thick to make these buildings somewhat climate controlled. This was a happy discovery here because this building doesn't seem to be touched by time. Nothing has been remodeled, and there's relics of the past everywhere. There's an old phone booth. Mary also told us that the upstairs was one of the first phone rooms that ever operated in this area. You could just feel the history oozing from these walls, and my gosh, we hope to do a little bit more of a feature on this one too. This is actually the second mercantile that was built because the first one was destroyed in a fire in 1897. We love all this old furniture that was established in Denver here and here. A Western Union Telegram, and then look at this old phone booth that we found over here. There's some really good interviews with Mary on the Jefferson County website where she talks about some of these old stories. After meeting Mary, I'm really looking forward to diving into those myself and doing a little bit more of a story on this. This is what we love about Colorado. It feels timeless in a sense. J.W. Green started this place over 130 years ago, and it's still in the same family, and it still feels the same way. Pine Valley is one of our last stops before we link back up with the 285 and head home. And here you get a real glimpse at the Colorado and Southern Railroad and some of the old railroad cars that used to be on it. If you're liking our content and want to see more of this every week, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're moving to or from the area and you need some help, we'd love to help you. Visit our website, symbiodenver.com, or call or text me. My number is 720-955-7770.